Panther people, it's draft night. What's up? Thanks for clicking on Panther Post Round 1 reaction. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for being awake. I just posted this after Round 1 just wrapped up. I appreciate it. I also appreciate if you've liked, subscribed, and been commenting on the last couple of videos. I really think that's awesome. The community still astounds me every single day. Someone new coming in, chiming in about mock drafts. But you know what? Mock drafts, done. Now it's draft reviews. But first, you're going to get my reaction to Round 1. My first pick. Are we really that surprised who it's going to be? Don't sign Teddy. Keep Will Greer. That would have been us. Yeah, he looks like he literally just graduated high school. Do you try to grow a mustache? Or is that just like me, just a failed attempt and just asking to get roasted? So the Niners have actually picked third overall. They didn't actually end up trading it to the Green Bay Packers for Aaron Rodgers. Or maybe they anticipate to trade it to Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers. And this is actually Gutekunst making the pick for Trey Lance. Wow. You're a guy I've been reading about since last year. You would have been nice in Carolina, but wow. San Francisco, no pressure. No pressure. DJ and everyone saying this is a win-now team. As a rookie, you are blessed to be with this team. Kyle Pitts got those weapons from Matt Ryan. All right. I just remember that Mike Davis is their running back. Tied. Do you now go top-tier corner? Or you get a Micah Parsons, a linebacker who could cover somebody like Kyle Pitts? Let's talk about what that pick means for the Panthers now on the defensive side. So you have a 6'6" tight end who can run a 4.4 40. Who covers him on the team? So definitely not Dante. Hassan Reddick? Maybe he can drop back. Shaq is getting up there in age, but he's one of those guys who, kind of like Thomas Davis, played safety and then came down to play linebacker. Denzel Perriman? Nah, too short. If you're drafting corners, better be big. Jeremy Chin, man. I'm already predicting it right now. Jeremy Chin lays out Kyle Pitts. Going up the middle, bang. I can already see it. I'm already seeing it right now. Where does Justin Fields land? He's not going to go to Cincinnati. Not going to go to Miami. Maybe going to Detroit. Maybe going to Carolina. We'll see. Mac Jones, where does he fit? Does he now fall? Is he somebody that the Panthers brass actually look at as a guy who could compete as a starter and be the guy? Or can Mac Jones fall, like really fall, to the point where, the Patriots don't have to trade up? Burrow's got some pull. Wow, that is some Dion level swag right there. Wow. Anytime now, Miami. Anytime now, Commish. Wow. All right. So 2 SEC wide receivers taken back-to-back. Detroit now. Dan Campbell, want to bite kneecaps. Do you do so with Penei Sewell? Do you do so with Rashawn Slater? All right, Penei going to Detroit. That's awesome. Good for him, man. Super happy for his family. You're the Panthers. What do you do? What do you do? Do you go Rashawn Slater? Do you go Patrick Surtain, the first defensive player taken in this draft? Do you take Jaycee Horn? Doesn't look like anyone's trading. What's all this trade talk that happened beforehand? There's no trades. Oh, man. If they take Mac Jones. Actually, they got the Panthers. I got the Panthers draft central with Jay Stu and Thomas Davis and Jake Delhomme and everybody talking. And Jonathan Stewart said that he sees a trade coming. Well, I'm stressing out. It's going down to the wire. I think it's the first team to go less than a minute until they actually make it. All right, they're making a pick. Stick and pick. No trade. What's all this trade stuff, man? What's up with all the trade stuff? No trades. Oh, God. All right, so Ian Rappaport says it's either Justin Fields, who was their highest rated quarterback, or Jaycee Horn, the corner out of South Carolina. Okay. Oh, Panther fans showing up. All right. Buying those weird trucker hats that are fitted. I just say our war room is so much better than Atlanta's. Wow. Ours is badass. Look at this. The black, the blue, the dark lights. I love it. Atlanta looks like they were renting out some Holiday Inn. They just got like a fathead Falcon sticker, put it on the wall. Oh my God, they're taking Justin Fields, aren't they? All right. Just wait. If they take him, I'm not going to say anything. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Jaycee Horn. Wow. Wow. Okay. Dude's feisty, got some dog in him. First defensive player taken in this draft, Jaycee Horn. All right, so that's our shutdown corner on the one side, opposite Dante Jackson. All right, I might look a little darker now. They turned off the flash on my phone. It was getting too hot. Team's taking a long time to pick their picks. The draft lounge right now by the Carolina Panthers, they're starting now talking up Sam Darnold, thinking that, all right, they must think he's the dude. And you got Captain Munderland talking about that he used to watch him when he was at USC and such, and that he could be that dude still. That's a Jeremy Chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 flames. Dante Jackson just said, we just got a dog. Capital DAWG. That's exciting. Fuck yeah, says my wife. Wow. Good for you, Bears. If he ends up being Deshaun Watson without the off-the-field stuff, we'll look real dumb. So Matt Rule and Scott Fitterer just chatted with the media almost minutes after picking Jaycee Horn, cornerback out of South Carolina, with the 8th overall pick. Fitterer says that Jaycee Horn was at the top of their draft board at the point where they were picking at 8. He did say they were fielding some calls for trades in order to trade down, but they figured that the value just wasn't there. So that's why they stuck and picked. And if you take a look at how the draft played out after that, right after Denver Broncos picked Patrick Surtain, the Cowboys clearly wanted him. They didn't get him, so they traded back within the division. So you would have figured if the Panthers were to trade down, they wouldn't have gotten either Jaycee Horn or Patrick Surtain. People asked why they picked Jaycee Horn, a cornerback, the first defensive player in this draft, after last year picking all defensive players. Both coaches said that Jaycee Horn, basically what everyone else has been saying, mainly players on Twitter, that he's a dog. He's a professional. Obviously, his dad, Joe Horn, Mr. Cell Phone himself, he grew up with a dad in the NFL. He knows how to be a professional. They kept calling him a professional. He's a shutdown corner. He'll basically neuter the half of the field, and that's going to help with their defense as well. Also, all the measurables. Matt Rule talked about how long his arms were. He's 6'1" and a bit. But also, I think they all both felt, they're both on the exact same page, which is a great thing to see, that they feel that he could be a starter immediately. He can be a contributor immediately and make the cornerback room at Bank of America Stadium, and soon that new facility in South Carolina, a big strength with that team. Matt Rule even mentioned it before in the presser, saying the NFC South just has real big wide receivers, whether it's Mike Evans, Julio Jones, who's still in Atlanta, and now Kyle Pitts. So they need somebody to lay down the hammer. And speaking of that, Jonathan Stewart, in that Panthers Draft Central Draft Lounge situation sponsored by Pepsi, I wish I was, mentioned that as a running back, once you cut that corner, you know you're about to get popped by a corner. And when he looked at Jaycee Horn celebrating at his home, not too far away from Charlotte, he thought, that guy's put together. Wouldn't want to get hit by him. There was a stat out there. Someone was putting out some stats of Jaycee Horn against SEC opponents, and it's the likes of guys like Jerry Jeudy, who was already in the league with the Denver Broncos, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, as well as Kyle Pitts. And none of them, it looked like, came even close to even 30 yards receiving. I asked Matt Rule, did they watch some tape and anything stick out? He mentioned that he saw Jaycee play against Auburn, against some guys who could be drafted in the next 3 days, and so that really stuck out with him, just his physicality and his tenacity, and also his measurables. If you looked at his pro day, absolutely ridiculous. 40-yard dash, 4.32, 41.5 vert, 11.1 broad jump, 19 reps at 225. For a corner. at 6'1" and change. I'm excited. I'm officially excited. And of course, they were asked, why didn't you take Justin Fields? And they kind of sidestepped that. Total political move there. They said that they just felt that Jaycee Horn, again, they reiterated that he could be a starter right now. He can contribute right now. And that's why they did it. And of course, everyone brought it up, the fact that, well, you just picked a corner. You could have had either Justin Fields or Mac Jones. This must mean that your confidence in Sam Darnold must be through the roof. And they said they do like what they see out of him. They say that they picked him because of the potential, which is basically what you're doing with a draft pick. You're picking for potential. Sam Darnold is into year 4 of his career. We'll see what they do with that fifth-year option. But he's in year 4 of his career, and he is younger than Joe Burrow. So they must be liking what they see. They're building that team around him, using that old Bill Parcells mentality that they talked about before. You got to build that team while understanding that the quarterback has still a contributing factor with that, but not exactly the number one factor. All right, that's a wrap for round 1 in the NFL draft. Of course, I'm wearing my Luke Kuechly jersey because the Panthers just draft defensive players. In this case, it was cornerback Jaycee Horn out of South Carolina. The Panthers waited till the very last second to make that pick. Fitterer and Rule said that he is an immediate starter, and I'm super hyped to see what he can do next year and years beyond. Heading into round 2 and 3 tomorrow, there's actually a lot of defensive talent the Panthers could start to really build on and then just continue this trend of just continuously drafting defensive players. Nick Bolton, a linebacker. Azeez Ojulari, edge rusher out of Georgia. Trevin Mooring, the safety out of TCU. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah out of Notre Dame. He's also one of those hybrid linebacker safety types. So heading into day 2, if the Panthers could lock in on a starter on the left side of the offensive line, if it's a Liam Eichenberg or Tevin Jenkins, I gear towards maybe Tevin Jenkins. He's just a bit more of a bully. I think that fits Matt Rule's style. And if in the 3rd round, if a guy like Elijah Moore is still there, I doubt it. That would be great if they can pick up another wide receiver, maybe a pass-catching tight end. Pat Freiermuth probably won't be there. I think he was a 2nd-ranked tight end in this class. So maybe Tommy Tremble out of Notre Dame or Bevin Jordan out of Miami, 2 kind of athletic dudes who haven't really scratched their potential yet, could get coached out of them. All right, so thanks for staying up, number 1, and tuning in to this episode, our very first draft reaction show for the Panthers Post. I do appreciate it. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. How do you feel about the Panthers picking Jaycee Horn 8th overall and passing on Justin Fields or not trading down? How do you feel about that? Let me know. Also follow us on Twitter at Panthers Post, number 1. I appreciate it. See you guys tomorrow.